right, and we're up. Hello, everybody. Happy December. I'm wearing my December shirt because why not? My Christmas shirt. And I'm ready to start another month. Although I think this is going to be probably the only stream of the month. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do one next weekend. We actually leave next weekend on vacation on Sunday. So doing a Saturday night stream, I'm not too sure. My wife will be too pleased with that. So I'm not sure we're going to do that or not. But nonetheless, I will continue to push on with whatever content I can. So first, give you guys a bit of an update. Sorry, my glasses are dirty. I need to clean them. I'll give you a little update on what's been happening, which has not been too much, sadly. Come on. Okay, there we go. So, sadly, there's not been a whole lot of progress because, well, at least on the Voron Legacy, it's still sitting there because I didn't get the bearings yet. So I'm still waiting for those M5 F965 bearings to come in. I'm hoping they will be here like Monday because I would really like to get the Y-axis finished on this before I go on vacation. And if I can cram and get the X-axis done in like a night, I would love to do that as well. And that way I can release those videos while I'm on vacation, while I'm gone. I think that'll be great. I don't actually have any other videos filmed. I have like 3 or 4 ideas of things I want to do, or ones that I've kind of started, but I haven't really done much on them yet. Kind of have to see how that goes. I do have a couple film review videos that I'm working on. I'm doing all the prints. I think I just finished up a JO silk filament, and I still have a few prints to do with some flexible stuff. So I'm only doing 1 or 2 prints with the flexible filament, and then it goes into the dehydrator for about a day or 2, and then I bring it back out, do another 1 or 2 prints off of it. Depends how long they are, because the humidity here is pretty, well, right now it's not, it's 35% humidity. It hasn't rained in a couple days, but when it rains, my humidity spikes, and the flexible filament just kind of tanks in quality. It gets really, really bad. It gets really bubbly because it's so hygroscopic. Hygroscopic with a G. Absorbs all that moisture in the air and just starts boiling basically as you're printing, as you're boiling off that water, and you get a really rough surface with that. So we don't want that. So again, I did have a couple prints done. Probably do another one maybe tonight or tomorrow, get that going. Again, it'll come out of the dryer. And working on that. And then I just received a couple other boxes of filament last week to review. Those will not happen. I think I had those last week for the stream, but either way, I've not started those yet. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? But I'm not going to start those boxes here until I come back in January. There's no reason to start them now and start the review. And I'll just do it all later. It's no big deal on that. And see, what else do we have going on here? Started getting some back to dual color printing with the WeDo X40. So I have another printer from WeDo coming. Don't know, I hope it'll be here next week, but I'm not going to do anything with it unless I do a live stream unboxing it, maybe. I don't know yet. But either way, it's on its way. But anyways, with the WeDo X40 V2, that is my IDEX printer, which I really like. It generally does a pretty good job, but some of my filament is not quite very dry. So I was able to print out Aaron's spaceship this past week in dual color. So I went ahead and the inlets, I colored those. I colored the tips of both wings. I tried coloring the front here, but you can see there was definitely some retraction issues there. The issue is with fine details on dual multi-extrusion printers. Sometimes fine details can be a little bit difficult to do. So I might have to take that off or try to expand a little bit on the faces, what parts that I make blue instead of just having that red, and then in the back as well. But you can see there is definitely some under extrusion in there. You can really see here on the side. So I had some skipping on the machine, which I've never really had before. So I need to figure out if it's the filament causing that, if there's a partial jam. But I mean, it went for, I had one after about maybe 10 or so layers, And then it was good for like 50 layers. And then it started a few every now and then with one really bad skip in there. Not even a skip, a under extrusion. Yeah, the extruder was skipping. That's what it is. But I mean, the cockpit came out great. Some of the side details in here came out really well. The wing tips, I don't know. I might end up painting those a little bit more because right now I'm doing it with just the different faces of the model, but I might end up trying to paint it. I just won't get a straight line, which I'm not terribly thrilled about. But overall, I'm happy to see the printer is still mostly working. Just need to work out a few kinks with it and get that running again. But I did print it in this, and I did print it in the gold silk filament that I am testing from JO. And this came out really, really great. This is on the Mark 3S, so I really don't expect anything but perfect prints off of that printer now that it is working and everything. Excuse me again. But yeah, so those are in progress, kind of going. It is amazingly shiny, Aaron. I really like it. The polyalchemy elixir stuff is real shiny too. You have to print that kind of at a higher temperature. I've noticed this stuff, I'm printing at a lower temperature. It's still a little bit stringy. I've tried upping my extrusion. I've tried upping my retraction, I should say. I'm sorry. And then I lowered the filament temperature all the way down to 200, which is pretty low for a silk filament. Usually for silk filaments, other ones I've tested need to be about 210 or 215 on most printers I've had. But it was still fairly, it's really strong, made it safe for little kids. Oh, it's great, Aaron. I love it. My son has already been asking when he can have it. I'm like, when I do the video, buddy, I gotta do the video review first. But yeah, it's been kind of stringy filament. So I've been trying to do the dragon for a while, and I've had a lot of issues with it. That print in place articulated dragon. I've printed it twice now. The second time came out a little bit better than the first time, but still not great. Still fairly stringy on the top. There's just so much retraction in that print. I mean, so much retraction. So I don't know. I'm not too pleased with both the filament, the printer, or the filament, the printer, or the model, honestly. And not too thrilled with any of it. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. I don't think I'll print it again just so I don't exhaust the entire roll. I've used most of it. If you can see it right there. I mean, I've used more than half the roll. So I'd like to keep some for some other projects to do. We'll see what ends up happening. What other updates have I had? So, last week I got my Voron V0 kit in. So which actually was really quick. From when I ordered it to when it arrived to me was like 3 weeks, which is pretty amazing. It was from a US warehouse, so did have that going for me. But it's the absolute cheapest Voron V0 that you can buy on AliExpress, bar none. With shipping included, I paid, what I end up paying? $310. I paid $310 for it, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Like, that is absolutely unheard of because, yeah, there's a couple for like $280, $290, but they have like a $95 shipping. I don't pay shipping. I have a policy against that. These big companies don't need to have me pay for shipping, especially on such a small box. So I was able to order it from the US, so it was free shipping because it was within the US. China was charge shipping, which I thought was really weird. They had a $50 coupon, and then I found another $50 or $40 coupon, which brought it down even lower. So yeah, $310 it was $310 after taxes. It was only $290 or $292 before taxes, but you know, at click out, $310, really good deal. So I was really happy with that. It came in, but the extrusion is pink. So I wasn't too thrilled about that at first, but after talking to the crew on the Discord, they kind of have me thinking to do something else, to do a different type of theme for the printer. And if you're the Discord, you can see what that is, but I'm not going to say it in the video. You guys can go to the Discord and check it out. Remember, there's a link down below. Go ahead and join there. We talk about projects. I brainstorm with the team there. It's really great crew, so join over there and chat with us. But I have a new plan for that. And so they were going to ship me another set of another frame, but it is not a bit of pink. Yeah, so I sent them a message, was like, hey, like this is supposed to be red. I wanted red extrusion, not pink extrusion. So they're sending me more, but all of the red was that same way. And so he said he didn't want to send me it again because it'd be the same. So he actually went to like their warehouse, sent me pictures of all the different extrusions. So I have a blue frame coming. Now, what I'm going to do with that frame, I honestly don't know. So we'll kind of see what happens. But I have a blue V0 V0 frame coming. There we go, a little tongue tied there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's blue. It looks really blue. It looks really good. I don't know if I'll end up using that and then change my filament to be the other color, or I will do the pink extrusion with the colors I was going to go with. Don't know yet. It's kind of a deeper blue. It's not really like a baby blue. Let me double check my phone, see the color of it. Wonder if I can pull it up here. Let's go to here. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty normal blue, but I mean, he's legit in his warehouse sending me a photo of it. So I'll see when it comes in person. I might order some different filaments just to see what I end up doing. It's all ABS though, so I'm not sure if I want to order all these different colors. I also don't know if I can get the other colors that I want in ABS from like a reputable brand. I found a good color choice from Inland on their ABS. Their PLA was good back in the day. I mean, I reviewed that filament like 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a long time, but we kind of can see what that ABS will look like, and maybe it'll work out well. So that and some white, again, or some other colors. We'll kind of see, again, we'll see what happens with that. So I was happy to at least have it here. Everything looks to be in order. Didn't really go through all of it, so I'll probably end up doing some. I guess that's the other thing that I need to kind of figure out. There is so much content out there on the Voron V0. I don't really know how I want my video to be. So I have a few ideas on what I could do, but I haven't really settled on the format. Like, I don't want to do a build, at least I don't think I want to do a build series, because again, it's been so over documented. I don't know if that's going to bring any new views. If I would have done it a year or two ago, it would have been a totally different story. Everybody's on the Voron train. Everyone's getting these V0s. LDO launched their V0 kit, what, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now. I guess maybe it was like a year ago. I don't know. It's been a while. So they've had the kit out for a while. A lot of people are buying that now. So I don't know if it's worthwhile doing a build series on it, or just building it at my own pace and then doing a video about the build, about the kit afterwards. I don't really know yet. So I guess let me know what you guys think about that. I could live stream the builds, you know, do an hour or two, a few days a week. Like when I would normally be working, it wouldn't be very exhilarating content, because I would have to shift my setup over to the bench and then work on the bench on it, because I plan on, before I leave for vacation, having my bench totally cleared off. I've got a few projects on there. I have some Lego project on there as well. And I want to clear off the whole desk so that when I come back, I can just immediately start working on stuff, because I'm going to be jet lagged as all get out. And I'm probably going to want to work on some stuff while I'm jet lagged up at 1 in the morning until 5 in the morning. So I don't want to just sit around and watch Instagram all day. I want to be productive. So I think I can get that stuff ready and start working on it when I come back. So if you have any ideas for a Voron V0 series or ideas for the video, please let me know. Comment here, or if you're watching this later, you can comment here. I'll see it. Or you can go over to the Discord again and leave me a shout there. And try to figure something out, kind of see what people want to see, how they want to consume the content. So far, the Voron Legacy build has been doing great. You know, definitely not by far my most viewed videos, but they've been doing good so far. A couple hundred views in the first few days, which is pretty good for me. So I think it'll be, that'll end up being a good series once I start getting a little more momentum on it and get more work done. I'm just so mad at myself that I thought I had the right bearings and didn't. But anyways, you live and you learn. Thankfully, it's not a dire situation. Not like I bought the wrong thing. I bought the right thing and I had the wrong thing. So it'll work out in the end. Let's see what else. The Prusa's working again. We went through that last week, so that was a good discussion with everything. Man, someone just hopped on the Discord. Thank you for joining. I just got a notification. So thank you for joining Discord. Hope you enjoy the stay. But yeah, so last week we talked about my time with the MK3S, what I had to do to get it working again and get that going. So I was happy to have that going, and all of that JAYO filament has been on there. John, how you doing? Welcome to the Discord. Welcome to the channel. So yeah, it's been print like a champ. No issues whatsoever, which has been great. There was something else I had worked on. I just wanted to do. Finally got all the smooth rods cut down for the Voron Legacy, because I don't know if I said this before in a stream, but I cut them at the wrong length, so I put tape on there. Normally I draw an arrow, like I put a little tape flag on the, so say this is my extrusion, I put a little tape flag, and here I'll draw an arrow, whether I'm cutting here at this edge of it, or here at the bottom edge of it. I didn't do that, and I cut at the top edge, and thankfully I cut them too long and didn't cut them too short, because that would have sucked. I would have had to buy 3 new pieces of smooth rod, but I cut them too long, which was great. It was fine. I was able to cut them short. I found my cutting wheels, which is great. So I still have like 5 or 6 of those left. Only used one, not even a whole one, to cut those 3 rods, which is also great. Because they're actually really expensive, like 30 bucks for a pack of 10 or 15 from Dremel, the easy lock ones. They're good, they last, but they're really, I mean, it's expensive for just some little cutting wheels. Maybe I'm just cheap, usually the way it is. But anyways, thankfully all of that is good to go now. What else have I been working on? Oh, prints. I do need to design something tonight. So I designed I don't know if you guys have kids, and if you do, you might have seen these. So they are the diamond paintings. So basically, they get a piece of canvas that has like a sticky substance. There's a picture printed on it, and it's basically colored by number, but you're using little tiny diamonds. I mean, they are probably a 1/16, round. They're pretty doggone small, maybe an 1/8 inch. They're, I mean, 2 or 3 millimeters. I'd say 2 or 3 millimeters is what they are in diameter. And you got this little sticky thing, and you put it on your little stick, and you stick it on there. And afterwards, you have this giant diamond painting, basically. So they come with, the one my daughter's working on has 29 different diamonds in it, which I didn't know the number until after I already made the part, but whatever. So I made a 5x5 cubed thing, which I'll pull up now, and I'll let Fusion load here in a second, because I need to make a lid for it. So I made the base for it. Works out great. She can put 25 of the different colors down there, work through all those, and then it comes like a little tray, so she can put the other ones in there as she uses them. But it's some way for her to just place them all in there, and then that way it's easier for her to be able to access them, and she doesn't have to keep opening and closing bags. We don't have little Ziploc bags for them. She's been taping every night. It's just going through tape. So let me see if I can pull up. I might need to reinstall Fusion anyways, because I'm having issues reopening my Voron V0 design that I was working on. So don't know. I'm hoping, yeah. Dang it. So I've been having this issue, and I had to reinstall Fusion for this. Hey Ryan, how you doing? So I'm actually going to, while we're talking here, I'm going to go ahead and just uninstall Fusion and reinstall it. Thankfully, it's on the cloud, so you're not going to lose any of your data with it. But I need to uninstall apps. Fusion 360, uninstall, uninstall. And I'm pretty sure I still have the downloader. Yep, I do. So uninstall this, and I'll run the downloader installer, get that going. But yeah, so anyways, I need to make a lid for it that just kind of friction fits over it, basically. So it's pretty big. I made it 250 millimeters, with each box ends up being 23 millimeters because the walls between each box are 2 millimeters. So each box is 23 millimeters by 23 millimeters, which is more than big enough for her to pour in what she needs and then be able to get them. Collaborated on a new open source code CAD package called Build123D. I tried a program called like was it 123 Design? I think I've tried that before. Can't remember. I think it was back a few years ago when I was trying other programs, because like I tried Onshape, following Angus's Make or Muse thing, but that was like 5 years ago I did that. I want to think I might have tried that before. But you're saying it's a new open source code CAD. Okay, so that's installed or uninstalled. Now let's run the installer and reinstall it. It's brand new in the past 3 months or so. OpenSCAD. Well, hey, post some details in the 3D design on the Discord. Would love to see about it. Aaron's my design king, so definitely show him, because he's back to paying for Fusion. I'm back to not paying for Fusion. Which I only started having these issues when I stopped my subscription for Fusion. I never had these, whatever this issue is here with Fusion when I was paying for it, but now that I'm not paying for it, I've been having a lot of issues with reopening things that I've already been working on. There was an issue with, the legacy. When I was redesigning the legacy parts, it could be just because there's so many files in that one, there's so many CAD files in that one drawing, that one Fusion file. So I don't know if that has to do with it. Maybe it would happen normally to people who are subscribed. I don't know. All I can say is when I stopped subscribing to Fusion, I started having these issues where it couldn't reopen some of the files, and I've had to uninstall and reinstall. I'm hoping it fixes it this time, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a cache problem locally with the machine. I mean, I don't know. Again, literally no idea what's going on with it, so I've used like FreeCAD and OpenSCAD for a few things here and there. Mostly whenever someone designs something and then all you have to do is go into it and then like change the parameters to get what you want. I did that for I made a couple knife sheaths last year when we first moved here. I think it was last year. I might have been when we were at our last place. Anyways, I used it to change the parameters to be able to make these knife sheaths for my specific knives. So it was pretty cool. Fusion started crashing on me if I left it open and the computer goes to sleep. I just don't let my computer go to sleep. I just let it run. Hibernation has always been an issue. There were some issues with 11 still has issues, I think, now with hibernation and sleep. I think 10 was good with it, but 11's had issues. I think Linus has talked about things like that before where it was having problems. I haven't had it crash on me in quite a long time, actually. It's been more so it just can't reopen it. But yeah. It's a Brett modeler instead of CGS. So it's... Huh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, again, sounds cool. Would love to check it out. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, I started doing a Megabot from what's it called? Big Hero 6. I started making him, but editing it to use magnets that I have here. And I never really finished working on it. I think I changed this one for one of the legs, but I never actually finished working on the rest of it. So I've also been debating on, these are two flat surfaces that get glued together. I've been debating on remodeling it and doing a registration pin in, I mean, because they both print like this, but if I put a hole in there and make a pin, that would work out well. It's an extra part to make, but should be easy enough to do. But this is on my list. And again, I did start Trello up again after last week. So I've got, oh, there's a Clipper video I wanted to do. Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, I found, reading through some stuff, I found a feature for Clipper object exclusion. So basically, as it's printing, if one of your parts fail, you can just tell it, hey, stop printing this one part. I thought that was really cool. And I haven't really seen much content about it, so I figured I would, you know, maybe make a video about it. And whatnot. But then, yeah, the legacy build, I have my own board in Trello, basically just all the different parts of the videos that I want to make, and then make sure I have like all of the thumbnails loaded into there, all my references. I'm using it now for the filament review. So as I print something with a filament, I'm grabbing that link, putting it in the file, and that way when I go to do the description, I can just grab all of those links that I've already made instead of going back. Because sometimes it's a few months sometimes when I go back and edit a video, or I just do one real quick and I throw it up and I totally forget to actually put the links for the files that I use in the description, which I really try to do because I want to give everybody recognition for designing the stuff that I use, because I obviously don't print everything that I design. I print other people's stuff too. And I just forget about it. And then I have to go back and find them. Sometimes I can't find them. Or I was like, what was that one particular term? Or I just browse through printables, find some cool stuff, and then hit print, basically. So now I'm doing that to try and stay a little bit more organized again, because sometimes I'll come back to a video a week, a month, 2 months later, and not remember the parts. I just have a box of, hey, this is the stuff I printed a month ago for this video. I'll get to it at some point. And then by the time I get to actually go back and doing the video for it, I forget all of it. So anyways, it's just to help me stay more organized. I'm hoping it will help. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm getting on it, Ryan. I'm getting there, bud. All right, fusion's at 76%. So outstanding. But then I'm having issues with this printer. What was it? Nemesis is having issues, and the issue is it keeps jamming. That's the issue. It keeps jamming for some reason. With the fans working, so this is one thing that I need to I might need to make a live stream tab in Trello, a dashboard for it, just for live stream ideas. And one of these, I could definitely go, one of those live streams, I definitely could go ahead and rip this apart and start kind of going through it and see what happens. Justin 3D, hey man, I haven't seen in a long time. How many Prushas and Prusa clones do I have now? I have one Prusa, and I have one Prusa Mini clone. All the rest, and then I have my DIY Prusa Mark III's that I did. So I ordered all the parts, used an old printer for all the motor stuff like that to make it, and then all the rest of the printers are, I have a Bear 2.0, a Bear 2.1, my own build, Aaron's build. Well, I mean, they're all Aaron's builds, but my builds too. We work together on a lot of the designs. But yeah, so Optimus, Megatron, and Ultra Magnus are all Bear extruder. Well, not all Bear extruders. Yeah, they're all Bear X-axis with the Bear X carriage, and then different extruders on all of them. Different setups, I should say. So, but yeah. So I try to give each of them love and try to print with them all as frequently as I can when I'm working on stuff. Also makes it a lot faster. But you do all the hard work, Aaron. I just print them out, make the videos, build the machines. All right, we can sign in now. Awesome. Ooh, do I remember my password for this? I think. I think that's working now. Do you think you will try the Octo Farm setup? Nope, I will not. Because I have Clipper on all my machines, I do not. I will not go that route, probably. Okay. Can I open this file now that I reinstalled Fusion? I can! Hot dog! Can I reopen the V0? Yes, Aaron has named, if not all, nearly every printer I have, Aaron has named. So he is my Transformers G1 guru. Yes, I can reopen it. Outstanding. Close that. Close that. Let's switch over back to here now. Okay, here it is. So again, super simple. It's a square with squares. It's 250 by 250 mil. And yeah, I will say that too, Aaron. I guess, yeah, if it worked with Clipper, I might give it a shot. But I really enjoy Fluid right now, going to my one interface to just keep going through things. So I have not talked about it yet, Ryan, but we'll see what I decide with it. But I'm not talking about it on this stream. Anyways, this is the thing. It's just super simple. I need to make a lid for it now. So if anyone has any questions on anything that I've been working on, feel free to ask, but I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes here making the box for this. So it should be pretty easy to do. Go ahead and we're projecting all of those. And then, oh, that didn't work. Wait. Oh, it's not saving any of my, hold up a second. It's not capturing, it is capturing. Do not capture, continue. Capture design history. Okay, anyways, set pane from here, 0.1 up, I guess. And then we gotta do a sketch here, project. Yeah, Justin, so this, as I was saying earlier, this is a thing that I made for my daughter. She is doing it is called, what's it called? Diamond paintings. And it comes with these tiny, tiny diamonds. And each of these squares can hold those little diamonds for her to do her little project. So I just need to make it for her. So a 2 mil thick wall should be, no, we have to do 2.3, okay, and then we're doing another offset from here at 0.3. Okay, so now we'll extrude this, and this. We'll go up 2 mil, and then we'll go back to here, turn the sketch on, hide the body. We're gonna extrude that, turn the body back on, and we're gonna go -5, just to have a little lid on it, a little something on there, just to be able to close it. I could have it go all the way down though. Could go down to there, so it fully encloses it, but That's negative 12.1. And I could do poles on it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I need to turn off that body, join that one, turn that back on. Bill, how you doing? Busy with an engine. Use Tinkercad with my children in school. Use Fusion myself. I think Fusion's easy. I mean, then again, I've taught myself over the last 5 or 6 years how to use Fusion. So your mileage may vary for you, but I find it quite intuitive nowadays. I can make most things in just a few minutes unless it's like super complicated. But yeah, generally it's pretty easy to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn off that body again. We're going to do a sketch here. Where's my center point? Right there. Let's go up. $7 mil, that's fine. And then we're just going to do a circle. Oh, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do... Let's see. So this thing is, it's 230. So if we go out, let's say 20 on each side. And then we can do an arc. So we can go here to there. Make that a construction line. And then we can just pull this all the way through. Come on. Come on. And where we got some finger tabs on there now. So now whenever you've got box 1 in there, you've got the finger tabs, make it easy to open up. At least I hope so. I guess we'll wait to find out because it's a big old print. I love to color my things. So we'll do red. Oh my goodness. Wait, why'd you do that? Green. Nope, undo that. Plastic. Matte plastic, red. Body 2. There we go. So I want to be snug on there, but not like super much. So finish that out. Easy day. So, so John said he has a similar model of this. So the one thing that, oh, I didn't realize that red and green is Christmas colors. I mean, I printed it in purple though. So, ooh, my microphone just peaked there. I'm sorry. It's printed in purple because that's what I have. I have some neat filament purple PLA loaded up in the BLV. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess I'll just chamfer it a smidge because I might just do the sides here. Just the corners to knock it down. Because if I do it on the bottom with the big old nozzle, overhangs are never perfect, especially on a small chamfer. So I'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll actually put a chamfer on that there though, and this, just to make it a little bit easier to reach the digits in there and pull that open. So we'll go ahead and save that. Call this the base. Call this the lid. And we're going to go ahead and save as mesh. The desktop. And then go to here. We're gonna open Bruce Slicer. And where's it at here? Come on. Oh, it's right there. Yep, see? It's a big boy. Big, big, big. So we're going to switch this to Bumblebee. And then we're going to sit you on your lid there. And there it fits just real nice on the printer. No big issue there at all. Do 15%. Play. 2 printers is more than enough. 2 bottoms. More than enough. Especially with this thick boy filament. Oh man. That's 10 hours. Why is this 10 hours? Oh, that's because this is wrong here. I need to fix that. Transfer that. Slice. Got 2 hours. I was gonna say, it should be only a few hours to actually do this. But let's take a look here. The 1 layer of infill. I'll take this down to 3. And then we're going to change the infill to honeycomb. Because it takes a little longer to print. But having the honeycombs at, a 15% infill, it helps get along the edges really well. And that way there won't be any really curling up too much of the info. Because again, this is a big fat 3 mil layer height with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. Now I can't do cubic, Aaron, because it jacks it up. Because the surface is so big. I normally do cubic, but because the surface is so big, cubic has too big of gaps. Okay, so we see what this looks like 15% with that. If I switch over here to cubic, okay, the gaps are bigger here now between all of these. So when it does the infill, adaptive will probably be the same thing, honestly. It won't change much. See, it's exactly the same. There's no difference between cubic and adaptive cubic on here. Maybe up here it does add an extra extrusion here, but it doesn't add an extra extrusion along this edge here. So between the next, when I go up here, there's one. Okay, this next layer here, come on, go down one. Can you please work here? Okay, so all of this here is all going to curl up because the fat layers don't cool as fast, and it will end up, I have to do more top and bottom layers basically, so I end up wasting more filament. So by doing, and again, what's the time here? So 2 hours and 17 minutes, but if I change my infill to honeycomb, slice it, what was that, 6 minutes it added? Okay, but there's so much more underneath here. See how close they all are now? There's so much more there. And this one even goes completely there. So is this one. I can do less top and bottom layers. I'm sorry. I can do less top layers on that. So yeah, that is going to be that print. So we're just going to go ahead and upload that. And it is going. Sweet. So look at that, design to printing in a few minutes. I don't know, what was that, 10 minutes, if that? Let's make sure this is all good. Yep, everything looks good. The build plate's clean because I just took that off. I will add, I did do a little bit of glue stick though in the 4 corners, just to make sure that those don't peel up. Literally, it's just a scribble, scribble, scribble in each corner. an inch by an inch is all it is. Just on the 4 corners to make sure they really hold down on such a massive print. That's the biggest issue with any filament of a print this size, is those corners peeling up because it is such a massive piece of plastic that's all cooling down at the same time. A couple different ways to combat that is just do like a really hot build plate, but even though it's still going to cool down, and because PLA is so stiff, it's really going to peel up on that. So that works well for me. Again, I don't glue stick the entire thing, just those corners. It's more than good enough. Do I still have my offset? Yeah. So I do have an offset of -0.1. Oh, excuse me, on that printer, because it needed to be, I wanted to make it stick a little bit more, just get a little bit more on the build plate, a little more gripping power, basically. What else do I need to do tonight? It's everything where I really like having to do the streams is I can just really tune out music, tune out YouTube, Instagram, everything, and just kind of work on something. So I really do enjoy having the time to just do that and being able to do a few times. Oh, I did try doing the other one, but it peeled up. So I got the other one to work, but I did try doing it as no bottom layers, and it peeled up. There just wasn't, for some reason, I was also hitting my infill a little bit because it was just an infill bottom, just again trying to save 2 layers of filament, and it just peeled up because there wasn't enough gripping force on there. I could have did the glue and maybe had it work, but you can see it came loose and started there. But I also had this also helped me look at the back of my hot end because Bumblebee was leaking. For some reason, it had gotten loose. So I ended up last night disassembling the hot end and putting a little piece of tape on that E3D clamp that every printer has that uses an E3D. Well, I guess except the Bear. The Bear doesn't do that. It doesn't clamp it. You know, it does with that front part. Anyways, with that clamp, I just put 2 little pieces of, what I use? Electrical tape, just to give it a little bit more thickness there, and then was able to tighten it down and get that real tight again, and then retighten the nozzle. And then that seemed to be better. There's no leaking that I've seen yet on it, so I'm gonna call it good. In the process, I did break my fan mount, like the one tab that a screw goes into. So that wasn't cool, so I'll have to reprint that at some point. It's really not important right now. I might just do it when I come back. I'll add it to my to-do list of like things to work on printers, and I'll just work on it at that point. I also have, let's see what else. I did that. Yeah, there was a couple things I wanted to design, but one was a Lego thing that I haven't done yet. So I don't know, kind of need to see what I feel like doing. Mom said last week, I need a 5 toothbrush holder when I come home. She wants me to 3D print one. So I don't have anything for that yet. I could try and figure that out and print that out. But I need to measure the kids. Like most of my kids have the battery powered toothbrushes. At least all the little ones do. And they all have different ones. So all of the bases are different sizes. So figuring out like a universal diameter for a toothbrush holder is annoying. But I probably could design that up pretty quickly though. Do it as a quick stand on the side. It might work out. I could try that. I would need to go get a toothbrush though to measure it. I don't feel like doing that right now. Because I mean, I like doing these for an hour. Again, have a little dedicated focus time for an hour and then work on something else. But maybe I'll do it later. I have been playing a little bit of Cyberpunk lately. That's been a lot of fun. I played it once through. I beat it, but I kind of felt like playing it again. So I'm replaying Cyberpunk 2077 from scratch again, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm doing a different, what's it called? I'm doing a different life path, whatever they were called. I did Nomad before, or no, I did a Street Kid. This time I'm doing Corpo. So that has been... Oh, man. Sorry, give me 1 second. I reply to a text here. Okay, that's bed leveling. Anyways, so I really think that's it. I don't really have anything else. Not many questions tonight, which is fine. So, yeah. Buddy of mine is stuck in an airport now, so gotta figure out what's going on with him. Yeah, I think that's really it. Like I said, maybe if I do stream next weekend, I don't know what it'll be, but I also might, if I do get the bearings in, I might end up taking that night if I can pack earlier in the week, or if I end up packing that night, but I can take time earlier in the week and work on knocking out the X and Y on the Legacy. I am not doing the extruder yet or the electronics, so I'm definitely just going to stop at those two things. But if I get those bearings in, that's the only thing I'm waiting on for X and Y axis. So I'm really, really hoping that I get those maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then I can just work at night, get those done and filmed and edited and then scheduled. So I might end up not doing a live stream next weekend just so I can get that stuff done. So yeah, we'll see what ends up going on with that. So I think that will be it for tonight, because I don't have anything else to go over. I'm going to get started on a couple other things now offline, and it'll end up being a productive night, I hope. So I thank you all for tuning in. Again, I've said a couple times, but go ahead down and check out the Discord if you want to hang out with us, chat, see what's going on, and hang out with us in general. Post your things. I post a lot of things there. I collaborate with the community a lot on there, so please feel free to go ahead and join that. If you want to help me out in the channel, there's some links down below. Affiliate links help pretty much the most, but if you want to do Patreon, anything like that, or the chat things, whatever they are, thank you. So otherwise, y'all have a good night. I will see you in the next video, but the next live stream might be in the next year, so have a good Christmas, have a happy New Year. I'll see y'all next time.